little bit about our guest. He is a rising talent and has performed in many of the music industry's like most well-known talents. He's also performed at many musical events such as the Chalewate event and Sarkodia's This Is Tema concert. Our guest is from Tema, so he's like a big, hey, Tema guy. Now, we're all familiar with Tree in rap. We're in hip life, and we're used to hearing Tree. We're used to hearing English. We're used to hearing Pidgin. We're even used to hearing some Hausa and even Ewe in the popular music scene. But Ga, I think since Tiny, I can't think of anybody who really sort of puts Ga into their music. So maybe it's about time for Ga to shine. And maybe Keddi is the person at the forefront of this. Okay, so Keddi has found his way to the studio. Welcome to the Arts Africa show.
Thank you for having me.
What happened to you? Did you get lost?
Yeah, I got lost. The maps led us to a different location.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, so I had to call and then find out
where it was, because sometimes it takes you to the other
the other side of the road.
Yeah. So how's your week been?
My week has been fantastic, considering the fact that I released an EP this week. So,
nice! Tell me about it.
Yeah, so the EP is Love Made in Accra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a love-based album. Yeah, I'm trying to give the other side of me to the fans and the people out there that because mostly I just go out with the hard raps and the hardcore stuff, but I felt like I should give the people something soft, and it has gotten to a point whereby I think the world needs a lot of love now. So too much tension. So
yeah. Okay, so obviously apart from your EP, tell me how do you release an EP? What do you do? Do you have an event? I mean, how does it happen?
Oh, okay. It depends. On how you want to roll it out. Some people would like to host an event, maybe have a listening party and stuff like that before they roll it out. Some people just make the noise on social media and stuff and create awareness that they are about to release an EP for people to look out for it. So it depends on what the artist want.
What did you do?
For me, I did it the social media way, because we are in the rainy season now, and then if you plan for an event and then it's not indoors, or even if it's indoors and it rains,
it kind of puts a damper.
So we decided, me and the team TNE Records, we just decided to do it the online way.
How did it go?
So it's been 3 days, and then so far so good.
I noticed you've been uploading a lot to YouTube in the last week or so.
Yeah. So that's some of the skits and stuff that we did for the songs. So I've been putting it up for people to follow and then get the gist of what we have out there.
Okay, and then some nice videos too.
Thank you. We try our best.
Okay.
We try our best.
So each week, my guest starts with a reading from a book that's touched them, a poetry, maybe a quote. What do you have for us today?
Okay. So I took this quote from Marcus Garvey.
Okay.
Yeah, and it goes like, the black skin is not a badge of shame, but rather
a glorious symbol
of a national greatness. You get me? Yeah. So I think it goes to say a lot of things, because being black means a lot of things, and then if you are not proud of who you are, you can't proceed, and then you can't forge ahead, because you have to know who you are, where you are coming from, and then you can that's the only way you can forge ahead, and then you know your direction. So if you are proud of being who you are, which is black, I don't think it will lead you to making some decisions that will not favor who you are. Like for instance, like bleaching your skin and stuff like
But what do you think are the some of the reasons for that?
For
people, because like
who are not
happy
with
and they want to
I think
change and become fairer, and
Um, First and foremost, I think maybe for the first reason, it starts from home. If you have been taught at home to believe in who you are, when you get out there, you project that.
But
And then secondly, I feel people are not proud of. It begins with pride and being proud of who you are.
but you know something, like after years of slavery, colonialism, neo-colonialism, like for instance, even like now you watch TV, all the telenovelas are like from India and Latin America, and these are the signs of beauty that
Exactly.
are being projected to our people. And for me, I think it's not even an individual thing about feeling pride and at home being. I think it's a national thing. I think it's something that the government also needs to be a part of.
Yeah, you have a point. You have a point with what you are saying, but it also begins from the home.
No, but
'Cause-
if at the home, your mentality from colonialism and everything else. I mean, like you've even seen some of the textbooks where they've had things like, it's the white man that brought civilization to
the world and stuff like that, yeah.
You know,
to Africa and everything, yeah.
so if you don't see positive role models, it's kind of difficult.
Okay. Your point to hold. I think your point. Your point. Well, your
because
point holds.
because obviously, if you're a kid and you're in a home where your mother bleaches or your father bleaches, that's exactly what you're going to.
Exactly. So that's where I came in. That
So then
it also
they-
starts from the
But
the,
then
the
that's
home.
because they didn't.
They didn't get the right direction from
Yeah,
when they were coming up. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's all play. They are all factors that
I think.
influenced.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's like a quote that needs to be. Like everybody needs to receive an alert on their phone every day.
Exactly, and it's broad. It's broad. Like you can break it down in so many ways.
Yeah,
So,
exactly,
so-
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next song on the playlist is called Closer.
Yep.
Tell
Yep.
us a little bit about the song.
All right. So Closer is the track the track 3 on the EP. I did it with Bully of Reggie Reggie and Bully fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a song I had the instrumentals from the producer. I was supposed to give it to someone. I gave it to one of the top acts.
Yeah.
I gave it to him. He wasn't really feeling the beat, so I took it myself. I did like the first verse, and then I sent it to Bully, and then within 3 days, he just sent me the verse back. So
So what,
I mean,
what inspired the song?
I think it's the beat. I didn't set out to maybe write a song like Closer. I was just listening to the beat because
Yeah, so
I
then,
was.
so then you listen to the beat. Tell us what's the story behind
The
song?
story behind it is a love song.
Okay.
Yeah, so Love Made in Accra is an all love song based EP. Yeah, so Closer is a love song. I was telling the girl to get closer to me and then trust in me for the fact that I don't need anybody else but her.
Did she listen to you? Has she gotten closer?
We'll find out about that soon when the video drops. Yeah.
Okay, listen. Let's get straight into it. Growing up,
Yep.
what was it you wanted to do, or has music always been your thing?
No, growing up, I'd wanted to be a journalist.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, how did music take
So
over?
music got into the picture when we had this party at school. They wanted people to come perform and stuff like that. And then like a couple of friends told me, "Yo, why don't we go and do something and then for people just to see." So
to get fans.
so we were 3 in number. We did a copyright song of Shaggy's, a rendition of Shaggy's "You Are My Angel." Yeah, so I was leading the group. We went to sing and then we won. So yeah, we were giving us size books and stuff. Yeah, that was like back in primary 6.
And wait a moment. So you weren't like, playing around with singing. It wasn't like a hobby.
Nah, it wasn't like I liked music, alright, but I didn't picture myself being like a music maker or stuff like that. Cause the plan was to be a journalist, but on the side I was playing football too.
Okay.
So yeah, it was either the journalism or football. Yeah, but somewhere along the line, after that day, everything changed. So yeah, that was how it happened.
Okay. Um, Tell me, what do you think is the best song you've ever released and why?
The best song I've ever released. This is a hard question. Okay, I'll say Siklite
Okay, why is that?
because it sounds different from all the songs I've put out,
Mm-hmm.
from the instrumentation, from the writing, like the dynamics and everything. Like everything is like it's different. It's far from the usual from how I do my song. So
And then, so what was, because for me, I'm always looking for inspiration and what the driving force is. So, what was happening in your life
okay,
at that time? Because, to find out what influenced, why was it different from your other stuff? Why was you picked all the things out about the instrumentation,
yeah.
the writing? What was it? Were you in love? I mean, what?
Okay, so mostly I'm the type of writer that talks more about what happens around me
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So I think I was watching something, and then I had the idea that the thing just rang in my head like nothing going on no nigbiobu. Nothing going on no nigbiobu, which means like too much of everything is bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's like a proverb.
yeah, so like literally if I'm supposed to like say it directly, um what sweetens you too much kills you.
Yeah.
So I had that vibe without a beat. So when Backdoor sent me the beat, he just sent me a beat to write. So
Mm-hmm.
when I heard the beat, I was like, I think this is the idea I need to put on the beat. So the rest of the lyrics was just they were ignited by the instrumentation.
Okay.
Yeah, because at the point to the instrumentation felt different to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you have the African vibe, you have the hip hop vibe, you have like it's a mixture of everything, like the Western and the African vibe. So yeah.
So wait a moment. Your producer
Hmm.
or the engineer you work with sends you a beat. That's
Yeah.
how it works,
Yeah.
right? And then based
It's
on.
not always like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just like get the vibe, or you just want to write about something, you go to the studio, you sing it for the producer to listen, and then he programs something. At times too, the producer can just play something
Mm-hmm.
like out of the blue and then
And
just
then
send it
you
to you.
you just feel
Yeah,
it.
maybe he might think this will fit like your vibe, so we'll just send it to you.
Okay, so like talk more about your process. Um, Once you start working with a beats maker or something like that, what's the kind of conversation you have for them to know the kind of things to create for you or the kind of things to send to you?
Okay, so for me, I'm more particular about lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when I come to you, the producer, I just tell you the lyrics, and then maybe I feel you are perfect at your job. So when I sing it, and you hear the rhythm, you know how to go about the instrumentation. There are producers who also ask you, oh, so what you are singing, what vibe do you want?
Mm-hmm.
So you can decide, oh, so I want something like an African vibe, a dancehall vibe, or something. So when you are there, and there are producers who are open. So when you are recording with them, and then maybe they start programming the instrumentation, they will be like, they'll be looking at you. They'll be looking at you. If you are like what they are playing, you are feeling the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Then they know, oh, okay, then I can continue. For instance, like with Backdoor, mostly he tries to um, picture what I'm feeling, or when he's programming, he looks at me like every once in a while he glances at you. So if he's playing something, he'll be reading your body language.
Mm-hmm.
If he feels you are not moving, then he will just like let go of that rhythm and then bring another instrument, and then he will be playing. So when I hear something like I like, I'll be like, yeah. So okay. So this is what you want.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes that's the process. There are people who wouldn't also like you to tell them what to do. They'll just play it. So
So are there any times where you you write lyrics before you go to the studio?
yeah, a lot of the times I write lyrics before I go to the studio. But for now, the engineer that I've been working with is part of the team, the TNE Records.
Okay.
So he has come to understand my art and how I work. So lately he sends me the beat. Yeah,
Okay.
lately he sends me the beat, but
Because now he's gotten to know
he's
you.
gotten to know me. Yeah, but if I'm supposed to work with someone, I'll just
Have
go with the lyrics, or better yet, I can still come for you to like program something, or if you already have some beats you feel you've not given out to anybody yet. Yeah.
So you talked about like Closer. You talked about how the beat was sent to you for somebody else. The person wasn't feeling it, but you felt it. So you did the first verse. You sent it to Bolly,
Yes.
and you said within 3 days he'd done his part. How long on average does it take for from conception to it being out there for like people like me to listen to?
It depends on timing. It depends.
Okay,
Yeah.
explain that.
Yeah.
Explain that.
It depends on timing. Like for instance, maybe I write a song today, but I already have a song out, which I'm trying to push. So
You have
then
to
this
kind
one
of
has
put
to
it
be,
on the back
yeah. This
burner for
one
a
has
bit.
to be there for a while, or maybe it's been done. It's been done. The song is being recorded for a project. So then
You
it
have
will,
to
yeah,
wait.
it will be on the shelf till we are ready to release it.
But if there was none of those things impeding it,
You can't really say, because releasing music now is timing.
okay.
Everything is timing. For instance, I can release if I look at maybe there's too much stress, or looking at what is happening in Ghana now, and I do a song about it. I can record it maybe this morning and then release it like by afternoon, because that's what is happening now, and you need to like maybe voice out, or
You
maybe
need
add
to
your
get it
voice to.
out. It's a bit like the news.
Exactly,
Literally. If
exactly.
it happens now, you've got to
Exactly,
be on
but
it.
yeah, now we've gotten to a point where there's a lot of things that goes into the music before coming out. Yeah, maybe the producer will feel like, okay, there's this one instrument I need to add, but the feeling is not coming. It could take maybe a week or two, a month, or maybe a year.
Because I'm asking this because like sometimes you see some of these documentaries on TV, like they did one on Beyonce, and like even just them selecting the music, there was like a room full of people around tables, and all kinds of things were going on, and the process just seemed like it was really, really long.
Yeah. So, working with the team, with the TNE, we are about 7 in number. Yeah. So if a song needs to come out, we need, like, the whole team has to decide on, okay, then how do we go about it? What do we do? When does it drop? And stuff like that. So they are all part of the process. Being ready, timing, the team, maybe money, funds for promotion and everything needs to be ready before you go out with a song. So yeah.
But so the thing is there a plan put in place? Like for instance, you knew you were going to release an EP this week, right? So what was like the production plans for that? When did the journey start?
Okay, so the journey started. I'll say we had the idea to release an EP like about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, about 3-4 years ago. But we didn't have the perfect timing for it, and then we didn't know what subject matter we would like to tackle on the EP. So we started doing this Gamma Thursdays freestyle stuff just to get. So the plan was to get a lot of people on board before we release an EP, because if you don't have how do we say, you don't have listeners, and then
there, yeah.
you release it, will just be out there like maybe just one person listens, and then that's all. So we did all that. The plan was to get more people as much as possible. So we did all that. We go, and then we felt like, okay, this year I think at least we've had some recognition
like,
out there.
sensitize
Yeah.
people. Like for instance, like when they want to bring like stars to Ghana, maybe stars who are not really that big. You notice like across the radio stations they start giving them
Pushing,
a lot
yeah,
of
promote,
airplay,
yeah,
promoting.
yeah.
Then 6 months down the line we suddenly hear, oh, Rick Ross is coming,
Yeah,
or Chris
true,
Brown or somebody like
yeah,
that. So I
true.
get you on.
Yeah,
on
so
that one.
like it started. The plan started from like 3 years back, and the plan was to get to a point where we feel like at least we have some level of recognition before we put out an EP. Yeah, so this was the time we felt like with the corona and everything, to people need a lot of things to keep them. So yeah, so we decided to put the project out
and
now.
And then of course the theme was love.
Yes.
Exactly. Listen, when I think of the word musician, I always think of somebody who plays a musical instrument. Do you play any musical instruments?
I used to play the drums.
You used to play the drum, but you read music.
No.
Why not?
Okay, I'd wanted to read that, but you see, back in the days when you tell your mom or your dad you want to go to a music school, they'll be like,
no, but forget the musical school. Like for instance, you're a musician. I mean, at least for me, I think just being able to pick out stuff on a piano or an organ is really important.
Yeah, but for some of us, we started out as rappers. You understand?
Yes.
We started out as rappers, but
I'm sure even if you go and talk to the rappers,
some had interest. Some had interest in that. For me, when I was coming out, I didn't even know I'll be doing music.
Yeah.
So when I was coming up, it just started from the shaggy stuff, and then I started rapping, just rapping on beats, the hip lives. But after some time, I felt like, okay, I need to learn this. I need to go to music school and stuff like that. But you see, because of one or two things, I couldn't go. But I have plans of learning
in the future.
Other stuff. But for where we started there, they come from the street. A lot of us don't even want to, like, we just want to tell our stories. We don't have plans of learning anything
proper.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, I think I'm saying this because I just think that once you take on something, obviously you want to improve, and you can't just be doing the like.
But what I'll say is a process.
Yeah.
Because I started out rapping, just rapping on beat. I just wanted to tell my stories, and then it got to a point. Now I can sing.
Yes.
I sing too.
Yeah.
So I think it's growth. Maybe it will get to a point I might not even sing or rap again. I'll just play instruments. Because so it's a process. Yeah.
So tell me, what other artistic pursuits do you have? What I mean, because I believe you're an artist, you're a musician, but there are always influences of other things. What other artistic things do you like, and how do they influence your musical process?
Like I said earlier, I'm mostly inspired by what is around me and the things I see.
But what other arts are you interested in personally?
Art. Okay, me for one, I'm a filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker, so I have interest in like all arts.
So what,
drawings.
So as a filmmaker, what do you do?
Okay, I shoot, I take pictures, I do I take videos. I can edit too. So
what you do? Do you do like fiction or documentaries, shorts, features?
It depends. I'm an all rounder. For now too, I'm doing a freelance. I don't have like how do we say a project that I'm working on for now. Like when you have a project, you can call me. I can come and shoot for you, or you want me to edit.
So you do camera work?
Yeah, I do camera work and stuff, but I've not limited myself to whether I'm into just documentary or I'm into, because for now I'm like 80% music. Like I'm doing the music 80% for now.
So with your knowledge, when it comes to shooting your music videos, with your filmmaking knowledge, how does all the creative ideas come from you? I mean, you're with a team, or how does that work?
So
and
luckily,
how does your skills of being a filmmaker, how does that influence?
Yeah, luckily now for me, most of the people on the team I went to school with, I went to NAFTI with. So yeah. What
did you specialize in?
Videography, cinematography.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so like trying to plan a video and then putting out some of the elements of art and stuff. It's not like really difficult, because we just make we just do this, then make we put like emotional pertinence for make we do this, make we do that, make we just for this side, make we just let the people breathe, make we put like let's put this here. So I mean, because we are all on the same level of artistry and stuff, and we know what filmmaking is about. It's not really hard. We just go with the flow. Yeah.
What do you think makes you stand out?
What makes me stand out is my first of all my language,
Mm-hmm.
and then my delivery, and then the way I put my stories.
Okay, so let's go to the language thing. Obviously, we hear a lot of tree, we hear a lot of pigeon. I mean, with Edem, through Edem and even EL, we've also gotten into the airway. Apart from, I know Tiny used to do stuff in Ghana,
The
but
Godfather.
but since him, there really hasn't been much. Maybe you hear Trig with Trigmatic would throw something in, yeah, maybe some one-liners from places. But why do you think it's taken so long for Gant to make?
I think there are a lot of people doing the Ghana vibe. It's just that the push. I think the push is not that much for people to pay attention to what is going on, because after Tiny, there have been people like Gasmela and who are also doing like pure Ghana songs and stuff. So I feel people
But how come
people
it hasn't come to? How come it hasn't penetrated?
yeah, because there's this perception that if you are singing in Ghana, it won't go far.
Who has that perception?
Oh, I like being around. Like I've heard that from a lot of people where they think, oh, sing tree, sing tree, sing. So
Are
it's
they Ashanti people? Because they would tell you to sing.
oh, you even get some of your Ghana folks telling you, Charlie, if you won't go far, Charlie, drop this Ghana thing and do like, you understand. So I think
So
that
you see that Marcus Garvey quote is for
exactly
those same people as well.
exactly. You understand me? So I don't think people are working, but I feel people are not really giving the Ghana enough space, because they feel
You know what?
it doesn't.
Nobody will give you space. You have to take it.
You have to take it, but if there's nothing there, how do you take?
Oh, but you will take.
No, there's nothing there. How do you take?
How do you mean there's nothing there?
No,
if,
because
if there's something that you call space, if you can actually name it space, then there's something to take.
okay. So what I was trying to say is that it's I don't know, but I don't know if it's conscious or unconsciously, but people are trying to put it the language at like a corner.
Yeah.
You get me? So that's how come it's been hard to penetrate, but it's not like it's not possible, because Tiny did it, Kasim did it, Adani Best did it.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not like it's but
impossible.
Also because the language, it has gotten to a point where people like they are trying to shield it. You also need a lot of backing and funding to make it popular, to promote it. Yeah, so I think with the promotion, that's where people feel like, okay, this is too much work. Okay, let me switch.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
And then it
Yeah.
gets,
So then it gets. But I feel my Ghana brothers are doing. They are doing great jobs out there.
okay.
Yeah. We need attention.
That was great.
Yep.
That was great. I see exactly what you meant when you were talking.
Yep.
Really, really nice vibe. Nice voice
Yeah.
too.
You see, hip hop with a fusion of Kwan logo and everything. Yeah. So
that is really good. You guys need to push it so that it takes its right.
exactly. So when I heard a beat from the producer, I called him. I was like, "Yo, this is mad."
Yeah.
Yeah, cause like it's different. And the message also talks about, like I said earlier, too much of everything. Yeah, so it talks on
Too much sugar.
it touches on substance abuse and everything, like doing too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Even water. Too much water.
too much water,
It's
cry.
not good for you.
Food is good, but if you eat too
Too
much,
much of the wrong stuff. Yeah.
even if you eat the right stuff, cry too much.
But you know something? There's this woman, she's on YouTube. She has a channel. If you saw the lady, she's like 70. But she only eats raw food. And she only eats food that she grows in her garden. So there's no pesticide, everything's organic. If you see her, you think she's 25.
Wow.
When you see her husband, he said he's not going down this food thing, he's going to eat what he wants. He looks like her grandfather.
Ooh.
And like they did an interview and he said like he just feels embarrassed. He says looking at his wife, he really wishes he could. So she has a YouTube channel, always telling people about.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll try and check it out. Cause some few years back, I was reading about um diet and stuff like that, and I read somewhere that raw foods are really
Because all the nutrients are there.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, but
I wish I could eat raw food, but Charlie.
but she went like the extra thing where she grew her own food, so she doesn't get anything.
So you grow what you eat. The grow what you eat strategy. Yeah.
And then on top of that, no pesticides, nothing. Because you know, like with us, the food we buy, there's pesticides, all kinds of things. Her
exactly.
own is just. If you see her, you're like, wow. But then when you think of all the things you have to give up, like chocolate.
Yeah, you understand, Charlie. The one I'm off inside is sweet weed. Yeah.
Tell me, you've performed with many talented musicians. Okay. Now, ask you a question. If you could perform with 3 musicians across the whole world, dead or alive, across the whole wide world in any period of time, who would those 3 people be, and why would you choose them to perform with?
Okay, I think I'll choose J. Cole. J. Cole because he's been one of the people that inspired me from the beginning, and he continues to inspire me a lot. Because I think he comes from the aspect where I like to come from, like talk about life and things happening in the society. So I think I'll choose J. Cole. I like to perform with Sako there.
Okay.
Because I believe in his ideologies, and he's also been one of the people that I learned a lot from
Him.
from afar.
Yeah.
So
And you performed at his concert.
yeah,
too, didn't you?
sure.
Yeah.
And who?
I'm literally. I'm so okay. I'm amazed that you're not choosing like. I'm shocked you haven't chosen like anybody in the world in any time, even if they are dead.
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Dead or alive? Let me see the third person who. Okay, Michael Jackson.
Gently, thank you. Thank you for choosing like a mega.
Yeah, Michael Jackson is mega. I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
But I wanted to come from the people who have like the direct effect on me, because I mean, being on the same stage with them. But Michael Jackson is like huge. Like what?
Like,
Keddi on the same stage with Michael Jackson.
Could you
like,
imagine?
Like huge.
And then even like what you could learn from him.
A lot.
You know?
Yeah, a lot. So yeah, Michael Jackson.
that's
But
it.
you go pay me say like I go see Michael Jackson way I no go see J. Cole.
But and then of course, I mean, could you imagine like if you opened up for somebody like Michael Jackson? That's it. Forget it. It's over.
You go, Tom.
It's over.
Okay, Tom.
Okay. So listen, a lot of people are trying to make money from music. Of course, it's really difficult, particularly in our. It's difficult the world over, but specifically in our part of the world because there are not many structures in place. Does music sustain you?
Nope.
And so you do like the filmmaking.
Yeah, I do the filmmaking on the side and a couple of other stuff. Yeah. To keep it moving.
How long do you think it's going to take before music feeds you? I mean, what plans are you putting into place? Because ultimately, that's the thing, isn't it?
Okay. I think what I would like to say is that it's the numbers.
Yeah.
It's the numbers, and for now we are building numbers. We are willing to put in all the work it takes to. I wouldn't like to put a time frame on it, because if you put a time frame on it, then the time it goes to the time and then it doesn't happen, then you feel.
No, not necessarily. What you can do is like give yourself steps. So it's like by this time we want to take
exactly.
this step,
So we are building the numbers.
Yeah.
We are building
But
numbers.
at some point you have
so
to
we have
build
strategies to build the numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
so
are some of those strategies? Because a lot of people out there can learn about these things.
so some of the strategies is some of them boosting some of your songs that you need You need people, a lot of people to,
Yeah.
you need the reach. Secondly, putting out a lot of works that you think this is what people need. That doesn't mean that you are diluting
Of course.
what
No,
you do,
you're doing what the market
but
is asking
putting
for.
it in a way and being consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, being consistent is everything. So, yeah, and a lot more strategies we have in place
What
to
about
build the numbers.
how's the internet helping you? How is like streaming platforms and stuff like that?
I mean, it's not been up to what we were looking up to, but I mean, it's like it's a process. So we are trusting
Yeah.
the process because we believe we put a lot of good works out there that
Mhm.
needs a lot of attention, but also promotion plays a bigger part where you it could be a good song, but if it doesn't reach a
Yeah.
lot of people, it will
Yeah.
just so it all plays it all play yeah a factor.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Tell me, what three pieces of advice would you give somebody who wants to enter the music business? What three pieces of advice do you think would be really important from your perspective?
From my perspective, three advices. One, go to school.
Okay.
Two, make sure you have a side hustle.
I think in nowadays any job needs a side hustle.
Make sure you have a side hustle. And three, make sure you like what you are putting out.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you like what you are putting out. Yeah. Because if you don't like it, nobody will like it. You yourself, you don't like it. How do you expect? You are not confident in yourself. You've lost in the first place. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that would be the. Yeah.
How does somebody go about finding like, for instance, your engineer who produces your beats for you? How did you find this person? Because somebody can be in their bedroom. Yeah, maybe they're doing some stuff on their phone or they've downloaded some software, but they want to take it to the next level. How then do you find a good studio engineer for yourself?
Oh, okay. So everybody, there's a way everybody meets his or her engineer or
So
producer.
networking
Some
is
people,
good.
some people online, or some people they just hear your song, like your song somewhere, and then they try to reach you. Maybe look for you online,
Mm-hmm.
get your name or your number, and then they come to you. But in my case, it was through a feature.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to go work with someone, so the person took me to the studio to go drop a verse for him,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there, I told the engineer, okay, I like your instrumentation, so like drop one beat for me.
Okay.
So the beat he did for me, that was what I after school. I mean, before then, I was working. I'd worked with a lot of people. I'd worked with Hama, Kwabena,
Okay.
Boli, and the likes. But I had to break and I went to school. So when I came back, that was when I met Mr. Backdoor. That was through the feature.
What made you realize that you needed to go back to school?
I think what made me at that point,
Because I think
when
it's really
at that point,
interesting.
yeah, at that point when the song came out, looking at the acceptance and how people like received the song, I was like really excited because when I started doing this, I really grew like a bigger love for the art. So that's everything I wanted to do. So even after JHS, that was when like the song came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like JHS, and then so I wanted going to the high school. I was saying that after high school, maybe I'll go to music school because I like to learn a lot to adapt to the art. But I think the people around me when I was in high school, because I was doing science at St. Thomas Aquinas, and then the people around me, they advised me that it would be proper if I should finish the school first, because music in Africa as at that time, in Ghana as at that time, wasn't really fetching any
Major.
good money. Yeah, so it would be better for me to. So the advice was for me even to quit
Okay.
and then concentrate, and then but after high school, I was like, nah, Charlie, the thing did my inside. It did my inside. This be what like I've grown to love to do. So that was the main reason why. Cause when I chose Nafti thinking that they do music.
Ah.
Yeah, so when I went, I think my senior brother knew they weren't doing music, but he didn't tell me. Cause like check like it be like the thing they bomb. Yeah, as I say, why they won't do like. So I went to NAFTA and then I realized they weren't doing. So I had to choose something that was closest to
Yes.
music. So I said, okay, then or make I choose editing. Then I could feel edit music videos. Me now my edit my, and then I said, okay. Then I settled on cinematography.
Photography.
Yeah. So
Nice. Okay. If you had one message for your fans tuning in, what do you have to say for them? To them.
what I like to say is that Love Made in Accra is out. Make sure you stream it, share with your friends, and keep believing in my keep believing in my talent. Don't let nobody tell you I get shinga because music itself is a language on its own. It's not. It doesn't have to be. You have to put limitation to creativity. Yeah, so believe in me, keep supporting, make sure you share. If you hear the song, no share 'em with like 100 friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that was for your fans. What about the people who maybe this is the first time they are hearing about you?
Okay, so
Give them good reasons to follow you, to buy your music, to
okay, so if this is your first time listening to me, my name is Keddi, Keddi. I'm a gun rapper. The only gun rapper will be different. I have like dope works. I paint pictures of real life stuff with my art. So you can get on social media, follow me on there and check out some of my works. Keddi GH at Keddi GH, Keddi Keddi. Yeah. If you go where you know like you send me message. Send me a message. I go return your bundle, give you back.
hey, not even. I'll send them a better song.
No,
Okay.
no. Cause if you go like So
Okay. Charlie. So if that's the case, tell them that if you are so sure, it's not just return their bundle, return it like 10 times.
like anything you want, I go take give you back. If you want me, I don't get Chrysler, but if you want Chrysler, I go give you back.
You know something, on that note, to end the show, give people your social media handles where they can see or hear your music, watch
Alright,
videos.
so on social media, the name is Keddi GH across all social media
On
platforms.
Insta,
Yeah,
Twitter.
on Instagram is Keddi_GH. On Twitter is Keddi_GH. On Facebook is Keddi GH. On Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere, every music streaming platform, just type Keddi GH. You go see me for there. One she can rap pakpaku. Come stage, I know no cavity.
Exactly. So on that note, we have reached the end of the show. I hope you listeners enjoyed the conversation as much as I did. Keddi, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and thank you for having me too. Thank you. It was my pleasure being here.
So thank you so much for taking us into your world of
thank you,
music,
thank you,
and your music is fantastic.
Shouts to TNE Records, shouts to Igbe Gang, shouts to you.
And who are TNE Records?
TNE Records is my team, Try and Error Records. Yeah.
Okay, and so that's your management team, right?
Yeah, it's a team acting as management team too at the same time. So yeah.
So for instance, if you even though we've ended, I still want to ask you this. So for instance, if you have been invited to perform like you did at the Sarkodia concert, so obviously they reach out to your team, we'd like you to what then happens?
Yeah, so you link up Riddle, or you link up Nia Happiness, who is my road manager.
Okay.
And then they take it from there. For that side, yeah, I don't know. Me, I just they do their music. Yeah.
Okay, so you have the people around.
Yeah, I have the
in
people
charge
around.
Of different things. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Your song, my favorite is Onana.
I did it with Renos.
Really like that. That's really, and the voice is really beautiful.
Thank
on
you,
that
thank you,
one. So,
thank you.
I'm looking forward to great things for you, and wish you lots of continued success. Maybe the next time you come, you've won a Grammy, and you know.
Amen to that. I receive it.
We'll all remember this day.
Amen.
Excellent.
Thank
and
you.
I really you know, it's difficult for people to go down a path. You know, like you see plenty of people doing something, and it's easy to follow, but to go and strike your own path is very brave.
Yeah.
And I really like that about you, like
thank you.
trying to put something on the map.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, so that was Kedi. You know, we started the show with the proverb, no one drinks medicine on behalf of a sick person. This really resonates with me. I tell you, once you get that into your head, it helps you stay out of folks' business. It gives you so much time to focus on your own. As they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I'm not saying don't help, but you'll be there giving solutions, wasting your time and energy trying to help, and the person doesn't want it or is not in a position to receive it. So let me tell you something. Some people are even happy where they are. They love being in a place where they can complain about everything. So put all the energy into yourself. You cannot take Panadol for somebody's headache. And no, no, no. On that note, I want to say a big thank you to Abraham and Danny holding it down, making everything go smoothly. And last but not least, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. And we're going to give a final shout out to W93.5 FM, our partner station in Wa in the Upper West region. Keep up the good work, guys. On that note, we are on africaglobalradio.com, on Twitter and Instagram, AF Global Radio, Facebook, Africa Global Radio. And of course, you can send us a WhatsApp on +233-2070-64680. Arts Africa is brought to you by Africa Global Radio. Okay, so we're signing out with the last Kedi song. It is called Afole. Yeah? Kedi, what is this song about?
So Afole depicts the lifestyle of I was telling a story of a girl I had that wasn't faithful to me.
Oh.
That that had a lot of boyfriends, and when we are in town, she likes to play the hide and seek game. Like, yeah, Charlie, this is my brother, this is my this is my dad, this is my uncle, this is my dad. But then you get to realize, no, he's one of her boyfriends. Yeah, so I was painting a picture of that, like, yeah, because it's something that I've seen happen before. So I was painting a picture of that. So that's exactly what Afole talks about. He talks about infidelity and everything. Yeah.
Okay, folks. So please don't be getting tons of boyfriends and girlfriends and giving heartaches to people. There's too much wahala in this world. I'm wishing you all a relaxed weekend. Let's meet here again on Arts Africa on the 10th of July.